Alright, like, click, subscribe, do all that is Netflix time. This series is called Extracurricular. The series came out in 2020. Season 1 has about 10 episodes, an hour apiece. So let's just talk about episode 1 and see if I can make sense of all this. Alright, so you got this kid named Jisoo. He's smart at everything, like he gets excellent grades and whatnot. His only fallback is that he's very socially and awkward and doesn't really like to talk to anybody. So his guidance counselor is actually telling him, like, yo, you need to get in some trouble sometime or do something, you know what I mean? How you gonna tell the man he's too perfect? I mean, like, he's doing his job, like, he's doing stuff in school. He's getting straight A's, coming to class, all that good shit. But because he doesn't say much, the counselor's really trying to get to the root of the problem. He's like, man, what are your goals? What are your aspirations? Do you have any dreams in life? Which he never responds to, so he goes back to class and falls asleep. Then he hops on the subway doing his homework, goes to his locker, starts digging for some money. But he's got a hell of a lot of money, so you're thinking to yourself, does he have a part-time job? Like, where's he getting this money from? Then all of a sudden he calls this guy at a burger joint, and then we got this motherfucker looking in the camera, and he's got some chick tied up with a ball and gag in her tub. How did this go so far left all of a sudden? Like, what the fuck? Well, anyway, he pulls out some scissors, and who knows what the fuck he's about to cut. Okay, so he just starts cutting her hair for some reason, and then he just puts it in a bag. Is that a fetish or something? Apparently you got some sick fucks out there. Now, she kept clicking on this red bracelet behind her back. I guess it's some type of communicator or something. Because after he cuts her hair, this motherfucker from the burger joint shows up, stomps this nigga the fuck out, and then tells him to cough out money like, yo, you owe about $2 million, nigga. And while he's waiting for the money, he frees Shorty. So while he's waiting, he's making phone calls to Jisoo. Yeah, while he's still in school and shit. So what is that, his hitman? Is he a mob boss just chilling in school and shit? Like, what the fuck is going on? Alright, so apparently the story is this. This girl and this bully, they work together to infiltrate pedophiles and perverts so they can get money out of them. Now that's all fine and dandy, but that still doesn't explain how Jisoo is running this operation. Well, anyway, they was able to collect $350,000 from this man, but bottom line is, they need $2 million. He says, well, you just got to get a $1.6 million ass whooping then. What would a $1.6 million ass whooping look like? I've seen mafia movies where people owed less and still got buried, so I'm like, the fuck? Alright, because I've seen the episode already, I know he doesn't know these people face to face, but here's 2 questions. If he's so awkward, how would he know the underworld like that to set up these type of jobs? And 2, how would he know who's calling to get these escorts? Well, apparently he's smarter than me because he's figured that shit out. Well, anyway, after our guy gives him $1 million ass whipping, they get back in the car and split up the cash. And puts Jisoo cash in the locker that he was in before. So apparently that's his side hustle. Apparently he said his goal is to stack up $90 million so he can go to school, establish his life, and be happy with himself. The all-around American dream! He goes back to school, he's trying to sleep some random kid getting picked on. But he don't care about that. He looking out the window and he see this chick named Kitty. Look at her. Kind of cute and all that. But why you got that look on his face like he can't stand athletic girls? You know what I'm saying? She was out there kicking around a soccer ball. So anyway, he goes and checks up on his guidance counselor again. He's trying to get him into some type of clubs or something. Some type of book club or something. Look at that face though. Well, anyway, he doesn't even want to join until Kaete shows up, and then he's like, alright. Meanwhile, we got these random chicks in school. The chick in the green is actually the one that was gagged up earlier. Yeah, she just got a different wig on, but trust me, it's the same chick. This chick comes in talking about she got a haircut, she better go party with people and all that. So after they all dip out, she trying to get some shit popping. Meanwhile, Jisoo and Kaete are coming up with arguments for a story or something like that. And then it's starting to get late, so she's like, hey, we gotta meet up tomorrow to finish up this stuff, like get some coffee or something. So he tells her where to meet. He calls his contractor, tells him to take the day off tomorrow. And now he got his quote-unquote date set up with Kaete popping. Meanwhile, Shorty mad at the boss that they ain't got nothing lined up. She's like, yo, just wait out, yo, just chill out for a minute. He like, look, man, I'm gonna take this day off as he giving it to me, so, you know, it is what it is. So the next day, Jisoo's getting ready for Kaete, and they meet up at this coffee spot. He orders an espresso like he's been there before, but didn't realize how small it was. So as she's taking a call from her mom, she watches him try to drink the shit, and she looking at him like, nigga, you ain't know what an espresso was. So she got him a real cup of coffee. So now she's trying to get to know him. She's asking him questions about his background, and he tells her he hadn't told anybody this before, but he doesn't live with his mom and dad. They're not around anymore, and he's living by himself, and he's been living by himself since like 9th grade. So at this point, he's basically trusting her with his secret. She's like, man, I got you. Don't even worry about all that shit. Because like she really kind of feeling him on the low. But I think she's actually more curious about him than anything. Well, I mean, yeah, you got this guy doing mafia hits for money for him perverts and shit. So this chick decides she wants to get another job done. Mind you, the boss is off today, so she's by herself. Why would you do this by yourself if you know this is what you do? And to make matters worse, I don't think she knew or not, but the person she's seeing is the same goofy motherfucker from the other night. And this time he came with a squad. So she starts clicking her wristband again. I guess it's a signal that goes out towards phones too, so. Because Jisoo goes in the bathroom to pick it up. Mafia man ain't picking up the phone because the phone's turned off and they already told him he had a day off, so. So the only person she can get a hold of right now is Jisoo. But Jisoo's not really a fighter, so what the fuck is he gonna do? And as the situation is getting worse for a girl, Jisoo decides to leave Kaete and goes out the back door. He runs into a store, gets a taser with some batteries, and as this goofball is about to cut off all her hair, these guys get a call from Jisoo, but it's got like a robotic voiceover. You know, to disguise his actual voice. He tells them the cops are coming, but they think it's bullshit. But then they look out the window and see the cop car. So he makes his escape as the cops come rolling up, but they knock on his other guy's door. So Jisoo made the call, and obviously he gave him the wrong door number so the chick can get away. So after she makes her escape, Jisoo heads back to the restaurant like Kaete is still gonna be there. And the lady lets her know he forgot his bag. He back on the subway conducting business with Kaete. Meanwhile, this guy was about to start posting up pictures of everything that happened today, but when he turns around and sees our man's back, like, come on, yo, don't even attempt to do no bullshit like that. You already know, you can tell my face, you already know what time it is. Kaete's on the bus texting Jisoo as she's going home, but both of them are the only ones at school early the next day. And of course, he in there asleep. Then she sees his phone buzzing, and she got that look like she want to be nosy, like she want to figure out what the fuck is going on, who called her. And that's the first episode for you. I don't know what to make of all of it, but I'm clear that I want to see the rest of them. Extracurricular on Netflix. Check it out. Like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. Slick, easy, all easy, mister. Ski, ski. Ow, big. Could have got that slogan.